Dobro veče, ja sam ovde u Fantasy Tower, stigla sam, sedim u čašu, vidiš šta je čaša? I sad je otprilike 15 do 7, morat ću uskoro da krenem, ali da vas pozdravim, it's March the 26th on Tuesday. And it's 15 till 7, but I want to take a few moments to say hi to everybody and to greet everyone. And I know it's early, but also an Easter message, which on Easter, I'm going to give a little bit of my story and a little bit of my testimony, both on this Easter and my Serbian Orthodox Easter that's coming. Isto ću da dam poruku i da dam malo moju priču sad za Uskrs, moj testimoni u muziku i kako se sve to dogodilo. Ali da pozdravim svakoga malo unapred. Mi imamo još jedan Uskrs koji dolazi, ali Hristos voskrse, voistina se voskrse. I poruku ću da dam naročito od kuće i da nešto sviram od Radojke i Tineta, naravna stvar. I tako da pozdravim svakoga i onda na naš pravoslavni Uskrs koji dolazi. Ja imam toliko puno da kažem da trebam 2 Uskrsa da sve ispričam. I've got so much to say that I need a couple of Easters to be able to say everything. As we say in our Serbian Orthodox tradition, Christ is risen, indeed he's risen, and I want to wish everybody a happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day. These unrehearsed moments. Ovo je snimanje, te nekoliko momenta kako ne znaš kako će da ispadne. Uglavnom, da dam što ja zovem duhovnu lekciju, što sam naučila od našeg prijatelja Mikija. Izabrala sam ovu kulu jer to je odakle sve počelo sa Miki i sa Fantasyland. I sa čime se bavimo da od Mickey Mouse od 63 godine naučim duhovne lekcije. As my mom would say, what are we getting involved with at the age of 63 to learn my spiritual lessons from Mickey? Well, you know what? That's more intelligent than what's happening in the world. And in Washington, in the White House, they can learn something from Mickey. Obviously, relationship with God comes first, but after that, Mickey brings everybody, nations, countries, cultures, ways of life. He brings everyone together and he brings joy, love and unity. Miki spaja ljudi. Ne mogu ovo da izgovorim. Zavadljivi svet. Miki donese ljubav i radost i sreću i spaja ljude. Zemlje, nacije, razna shvaćanja i sve to. Uglavnom sada da krenemo za lekciju u vezi Sorcerer's Apprentice. Svaka osoba na planetu skinuli su te window displays, ali to je na druge snimke. They took out the window displays, but also in the fantasy shop I recorded where there's a statue with Mickey and the brooms and everything, što je universalni symbol, a universal symbol, where everyone knows the music, everyone has heard about it. With the original movie and The Sorcerer's Apprentice was in both Fantasia and Fantasia 2000, 2 different movies. And you know the story. Everybody knows. I will sing a few notes. You guys are going to follow along. Where Mickey wanted to bring the brooms to life, to carry the buckets to the well. And he thought, this is cool, I'm the mouse. And then it works well and everything is fine and he's carrying, and then the brooms are working for him, but he falls asleep and he's directing the sky. And then he wakes up and he realizes that he causes a flood. So he takes an axe to chop it up, but the brooms are multiplying and he's trying to stop it and he's trying to get the magic formula. Then the sorcerer comes back and Mickey, repentant, hands him the broom. And the sorcerer lifts his hands, everything's back to normal. U redu, sada na srpskom. On misli da je to dobra ideja da donese korpe, da metle da nose korpe od vode na bunar. I on zaspe i sve je fantastično. I samo muziku možete da čujete, samo nekoliko note. Dan, dan, da, 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 sad malo sa stekarom. Da, 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 da. Staccato malo i onda dararam, bararam, to je ta muzika gde je kao preplava, kao whirlwind. To sam pokazala pre na prozore i tu sam dala mali komentar na prozore. I onda on se probudi i šta je ovo? On je napravio nered i onda metle, on uzme sekiru da iseče metle i metle se umnožavaju dok sorcerer se ne vrati i onda on vrati tu metlu i onda sorcerer digne ruke, sve u redu. I onda čujemo nekoliko note. Jedan, ako mogu ovo da izgovorim, repentant Mickey Mouse, pokajanjik Mickey. Dan, 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 dan. 4 note i onda brzo, kad ga udari sa metlom, da-da-da-dam. And those 4 notes when he spanks him with the broom. So every person on the planet, Mickey brings everybody together, has heard this, so everyone knows the music. Okay, sometimes I will see myself, and times in my life where I took things in my hands, and I thought that was a good idea for that time, but then I took things in my mentality and my attitude and so on, and I kept things in my hands, and then anger and resentment and so forth. But the more I was holding on to it, the more it was creating a mess. The more it was just like Mickey with the brooms. And then when holding on to, and then it multiplied and multiplied. But then I had to get to the point where I was saying that I'm through with this insanity, to let some things go, and let's just say the negative energy and the negative atmosphere, to let that go. And then the moment I let it go, then Mom stepped in and took care of it, where she had handled it. It's like the old saying that two cannot drive the steering wheel. It's like almost God's way of saying, are you going to drive it, or am I going to drive it? But so the best idea is to let things go and to put it in God's hands and to put it in Mom's hands. But while I was hanging on to stuff, then that was just creating an inner turmoil and inner mess and just a lot of insanity. But when I came to the point when I said, I'm done with this insanity, then Mom stepped into the picture and she took care of business and took care of stuff that I was tripping over and getting upset about. It was all handled. Oh, and another thing, when I let go of the anger, then a month later, on March 14th, 1987 was the first time I started videotaping Disneyland. Stefka, you just let go of all the anger and the resentment and the bitterness. What are you going to do next with your life? I'm going to Disneyland. And then a month later, Mom stepped in, but she couldn't step in while I was handling it. U redu, sada na srpskom. Puno puta ja vidim sebe neki put kad bi držila stvari u rukama i što više da li ljutina i gorčina i puno negativna energija. Ali kada sam to pustila iz ruku, onda isto kako sam držila to, i to je mes napravilo, isto kao Miki sa metlama. Ali kad sam to pustila iz ruku, onda sam počela da snimam, vrata su se otvorila, March 14. već 37 godina, kroz nekoliko generacija od aparat i onda kroz nekoliko cell phones, da hvala Bogu 37 godina već snimam Disneyland. Ali dok je bilo u mojim rukama, to je stvarno više nered, više izazvalo. Ali kad sam pustila iz ruku, onda sam išla da snimam Disneyland i onda Čeda je naletela na situaciju i rešila situaciju. Ali što hoću da kažem, nije se dalo da ona reši dok je bilo u mojim rukama. Kad sam to pustila iz moju ruku, Mama Bear stepped in, Čedica je naletela i rešila situaciju. Izvini, bit ću natrag sa drugi deo sa porukom.